everyone, this is Sandra with Sandra's blog. Happy Wellness Wednesday. If you're here for the first time, I welcome you. Today we are going to continue with our prevention series. For those of you who've been watching, we have covered a few things. We've covered about we make the difference between prevention, basically preventative medicine versus curative medicine. We also covered the three major preventions that there are, which are primary, secondary, and tertiary. I also wanted to quickly add another one. Basically, that one is mostly for children, is aiming more towards children. It's called primordial prevention, and the difference that there is between the primordial and the primary is that they do have similarities. The only difference is that the primordial is basically you're trying to have that child or your children, you're making sure that they're eating healthy at a low age. You're making sure that they're exercising at starting in their childhood. And then primary basically is about nutrition as well, but the only difference is that the primordial you start in childhood, the other one is more like at any time you can start with, eating healthier, basically having a better nutrition, exercising regularly. And also we covered about the secondary prevention, which is mostly about screenings, like getting a mammogram, for example, and basically early detection of diseases. And the tertiary one we covered was basically about after you've been attacked with that illness, then you're getting treated, and also you're also basically applying measures for you to basically get that health restored, or whatever it is that you lost, to kind of like get it restored, and basically to prevent from that whatever it is that you are managing, or whatever health issue that you have that you're managing, that you're making sure that it's not getting worse. Like, for example, a patient that had a stroke, that's learning how to walk again, using physical therapy, going to rehab, and all of that. And today I wanted to talk about vaccination. Before I even dive into that, I just wanted to make a quick little rectification about the previous videos that I posted. I noticed as I was going through them again, I noticed that I have been listing vaccination or immunization under secondary prevention. However, vaccination or immunization, basically they fall under primary prevention, and that's exactly what we're going to discuss today. So vaccinations, what is vaccination? Vaccination is basically the process that involves using a vaccine to you vaccinate someone in order to stimulate that person's immune system to provide protection against infectious diseases. So basically, I think that when God created us, he made no mistakes, and he thought of everything. So basically, we have this human body right here. We are composed of different systems, and each of these systems, they each have their own function. Like, for example, we have the cardiovascular system that it's about our heart and our blood vessels. We have the nervous system, that comprise our brain and everything. But we also have our immune system. And when I think about the immune system, I think about an army. Think about it like this: just like a country that has an army. What does the army do? The army is there to protect the country against invaders. Basically, they go to war, they fight in order to protect that country against foreign invaders. And it's the same thing with our body. So what happened is that when something gets into your body, or a germ, or any infectious disease that's out there trying to get into our body, the immune system is there to provide protection, to fight against that. And this is what happens when we get vaccinated. When we get vaccinated is that when you basically that vaccination has like a little harmless, like a little tiny harmless portion of that germ, and when it gets into your body, what happens is that your body recognizes it as foreign, and your body is like, okay, what is this? This is a stranger. So what's gonna happen is that your body is going to start creating little defenders, so that way when, like for example, let's say later on down the line you were to get in contact or with that real deal, with that real germ, then your body is gonna be like, I recognize you, I know you're a stranger, and I'm gonna fight you, and I'm gonna make sure that I protect this body because this is what I'm here for. So this is basically what happened. It's like, just like in when you get enrolled into the army, you have to go through proper training. They show you how to fight, so that way when you get to war, you know exactly what to do. So basically this is I would say vaccination is training your body to understand the proper way of fighting certain germs. It's like it recognizes it, and it does little defenders that it create against it. So let's say later on you were to get exposed, those little defenders, they're called antibodies. And those antibodies, they're here to protect you, so when you get exposed, then they know how to fight with that. Now you might be asking, okay, what if I'm not vaccinated against a certain disease, infectious disease? So what happened is that remember, your body's immune system is still there to help protect you, but what's gonna happen is that it's like, okay, you being part of the army, but you never got proper training, and you just got yourself into a war, but they never taught you how to fight. So basically you know that you need to fight this, you know you need to create that defense mechanism to help fight against that infection. So you basically your immune system is going to try to do that. It's going to try to fight it. However, because it's not properly trained, or it does not recognize that specific germ, it's going to take longer, and it's not going to be as effective. So that you might be more sick. Your symptoms might be more severe. So what the what vaccination does, it helps. It's like giving you proper training, so that way it reduces the severity of your symptoms if you were to get exposed to that germ again. Even when you get exposed, vaccination does not guarantee that you're not going to get sick at all. As a matter of fact, you might get sick. However, it's going to reduce the severity of that sickness. You're not going to have as much symptoms, and your symptoms, they're not going to be as severe. That's what vaccination does. Another thing I like about vaccination is that you're not basically, when you get vaccinated, you're not only protecting yourself, you're protecting your families, you're protecting your friends, and you're protecting your community. Why? Because when you get vaccinated, it creates some type of shield. Basically, it basically helps to stop or to reduce that disease from spreading. So basically, let's say you have people around you that cannot get vaccinated, because some people cannot get vaccinated. Let's say babies might not be able to get vaccinated for certain things, or maybe somebody that have a certain health issue might not be able to get vaccinated, but because you are, or other people in that community are, you are basically protecting that other person that can't get vaccinated. So you are not only helping yourself, you're also helping your community. And that's the beautiful thing about vaccination. That's what they're here for. As I wrap up, I'd like to let you know that SANDRA'S blog is available on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, now on YouTube. Please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, and make sure that you press that little notification bell so that you can stay in the loop with our upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.